From the biggest city in the United States, New York, New York, is the host of the Garden State Bowl as NC State tries to end the longest losing skid it's been on in quite some time. The 6-6 Wolfpack take on the winningest team from the entirety of the Ivy League, the Harvard Crimson. Harvard snuck from behind to win the Ivy League this season out from Columbia. And now they're ready to take home a Garden State Bowl win and cap off their first 11-win season in over 40 years. NC State will get us started first. We're underway. And for the Wolfpack, a team that started 6-0, it has all been falling apart since then. They lost six straight to end the season. And they're hoping that they can right the ship. Oh, and a big run here for a first down. Tell us a bit more about this NC State squad, Danny.
Yeah, just give me 1 second to pull that up. I'm just adjusting some other stuff here on the side. But Alright, yep. This NC State team, as I mentioned before, they started off the season 6-0. First starting off in week 0 with a win against Yale. Then they went on a streak beating East Carolina, Illinois, a hot Texas Tech, and Boston College. Then they suffered their first loss in week 5 against Maryland. They went on their bye week. They did beat Florida State afterward, but then afterward, it's been nothing but L's. Wake Forest, South Carolina, Virginia Tech, Clemson, and North Carolina, all in a row. Meanwhile, in the Ivy League, it's been actually quite the opposite for Harvard. They started off the season at 3-2. They won their first game against Buffalo, then they won week 3 against Toledo, and week 4 against FCS Towson. 2 losses were at home against Duke and Ohio State.
That's a tough out-of-conference schedule.
And then afterward, they won the Ivy League, beating every single opponent, including a, at the time, undefeated Columbia. With a 1st and 10 here. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Comes 2nd down and 6. Harvard, with a win today, would finish the season 11-2. They don't have the best record in the conference, but they did win the conference title thanks to their win over Columbia. Ivy League doesn't play a conference championship, so as such, with that win, Harvard clinched the title.
Best out of conference game.
This is a Harvard team that played well against both Ohio State and Duke, both of which were ranked at the time of their matchup. We'll see Duke later, or actually up next in the Belk Bowl as they take on Georgia. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, NC State was in the Belk Bowl last season.
I believe so. Let me just pull that up.
Gonna air it to the end zone, incomplete.
No, they were not in the Belk Bowl last season. Last season's Belk Bowl was between Dave Show and Georgia Tech.
Never mind then.
That's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing, but you watch him get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
They're going to try a long field to get on the board first, and it's good.
The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And that'll put the first
Actually, I
point
don't
of the
see
game
NC
on the board
State.
at 3-0.
All right, I don't think they made a bowl last season then.
Harvard did make last year's Pinstripe Bowl, losing to UMass.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away.
So that kick is away.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out there.
Harvard will get things started.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And who says you can't find big-time tight ends anymore? Both of these teams certainly have.
In modern college football, Reese, tight ends are becoming a bigger and bigger part of offenses, and what a treat today. We get 2 of the best in the nation.
Yeah, going head-to-head, catch for catch. I'll be interested to see which offense uses them.
Pushing up for a gain of 6. The Crimson onto the field.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
In real life right now, it's the Armed Forces Bowl. Oklahoma against Navy. Navy is surprisingly wearing their uniforms from the Army-Navy game. The Skull and Bones.
Catch in the middle, it's Williamson. He's
Short gain, 3rd and 2.
Well, they execute the in route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They'll try to bully their way.
And that's enough for a first.
He picks
Up the right side to the 37.
Hard to imagine this is only their first drive of the game, but their defense was on the field for virtually an entire quarter. So, guys, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here to convert this 3rd down so their defense can stay on the sideline and get their win back.
They're getting this guy lathered up. You want to make
Wait,
sure
what?
to maximize those types of runs.
It's starting to not be surprising now that they keep saying it.
We just need an AO sound effect.
We've reached the end of the quarter.
Well, lucky for you.
And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far.
I may or may not happen to have something of.
They've switched into the field.
I may or may not happen to have something of that
Work done on first down, now back
of
to
that
line.
sort.
Hey, yo. That goes in motion.
Yeah, we need that for now on.
Again to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical.
3rd and 6 now here for Harvard.
Currently in real life, Oklahoma leads 14-7.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass.
And that's a first down.
It's Gregory.
A
They'll get
yard
the
shy of midfield.
on the 49.
And Harvard is moving.
On defense, you can't forget about the fullback. I know you don't see him too often, but this is a guy that can make plays, and on that one, he catches it for a first down.
And of course, we're playing in this stadium because for some reason we cannot play in other stadiums in exhibition.
He wants to throw.
We'll probably be seeing this one again with the Pinstripe Bowl
On the screen.
coming up. Columbia and Louisville.
Grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
And that went nowhere fast. And first out is a good time to run a screen, try to catch them being a little bit aggressive and maybe thinking about a little bit of run and making people attack.
This weekend's gonna be very fun. I see Sonic 3 tomorrow. On Sunday, I see my grandparents for the second half of our Christmas festivities.
That's reeled in. It's Williamson. They stop him almost immediately. Short
If Christmas was so good, why isn't there Christmas too? There we go.
Offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy things, take those easy throws.
Yeah.
3rd and 4.
Positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Caught. First down.
And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down
got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
On 1st and 10 from the 38.
I gotta get a drink sponsorship. Bring back Thirst Down.
Looking to throw it again.
Thirst down.
Out on the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on 1st down.
Yeah, and I think you've just seen how the quarterback has so much confidence in this guy catching the ball too, right? Receivers aren't open, tight ends aren't open. He knows he can find him running out of the backfield. If he lines up at
Yeah, a bit of 2KU history. Harvard has the most conference championships of any team in the Ivy League with 28 all time. Oh, look at that pitch. 3rd and 2. Harvard is 28. Yale has 20. Columbia has been the most successful recently. They won back-to-back before Harvard snapped their streak. They have 9 all time. Harvard also had the most recent 4-peat from 2017 to 2020. They won 4 straight Ivy League titles. And there's 1st down.
They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And that is just an attitude run. Running it.
That makes that guy on the sidelines for Harvard probably one of the best coaches in the Ivy League. You win 5 titles over the course of 8 years.
Pretty impressive coaching stuff.
Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21.
On the other side, NC State has been a team that's been struggling in recent years. They're going to throw this one to the end zone, incomplete.
Had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
They had a pretty good season back in They had some pretty good seasons in 2016 and 2017, but they've tapered off since, and they're still trying to find their footing. NC State's last conference title was all the way back in 2004. Their last appearance in the conference championship game was in 2017.
He's looking to throw.
He's got to roll with it. He'll throw it to the end zone. Touchdown, Harvard.
And what did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence.
Harvard, one of the teams that has
Nice start for this offense.
potentially the most compelling argument as to being the most successful program in college history.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
Or at the very least, the most historic.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. That is what they mean when they say ball control. A 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. Just about set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about
Rounding the corner. NC State back on the field. Now down 4.
moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best.
I guess NC State travels well up to New York. East Rutherford, New Jersey is where this game technically is.
And now they'll snap it again from the 38. To the air on 1st down.
Gonna throw it.
Up top.
Oh, he has a man open. No, it's picked off.
Intercepted.
Goes out of his hands.
Bringing it back.
He's still on his feet past the 50.
Big return after
Impressive work.
TNT sets up the offense for this possession. Line gets set. 1st down.
And Harvard is back with it.
Start this drive with a pass. And the
Dropped.
physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st
The
down.
Crimson are trying to prove why they're a 10-win team.
2nd and 10 here. He's looking to throw.
Oh, on contact.
Stopped after making the catch.
Quarterbacks love throwing slants to big boys. When you got big targets, man, it's hard to miss them. Great job throwing to a guy that tall, putting it near his body, and he plucks it in for the catch.
This feels like 4-down territory. 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass.
He's looking.
Caught near
Has a man open. Timeout.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
If you go back as far as college football has been tracked into KU championships, that's 1869, when the sport was invented. Harvard has a lot of early history in college football, including 5 straight national titles from 1877 to 1881, a 6th in 85, 7th split with Wisconsin in 1896, an 8th split with Michigan in 1901, and lone titles in 02 and 04. That brings them to 10. They won a 11th in 1913. 2 more in 1928 and 1930. Getting them to 13 all-time, and they would win 2 more after that. 15 national titles for Harvard all-time, their last in 1946. The last by any Ivy League team was actually Princeton in 1949.
They're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. String first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
He'll come out
Gonna throw it.
quickly complete. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slant.
On
Second and 4, incomplete.
Friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Yeah, and you could tell he was locked in. And plays are meant to go to certain guys, but sometimes you got to get back, you got to read the defense, and make a different decision if they play the right defense. And right there, that was one of those times.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring.
On third and 4, touchdown, Harvard!
In the end zone, Belk throw on the hands, and it's a touchdown.
And a really nice job.
And leave it to the Crimson.
I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field. When I run that post route, QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. They made sure that good field position paid off, going 45 yards, and they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. They're just about ready to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll bring him down to get the
As NC State comes back on the field, their last drive ended in a pick.
final 30 seconds of the first half.
Not a lot of time left in the first half here.
Pressure coming.
Just throw it out of bounds.
Incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back.
And
He
that's
showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Right back to the well. They'll knock him
I'll be
down.
just
That'll
short.
bring us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football in Annapolis and an intriguing military bowl. And it's been said
Hey, the
football
military
is the game of
Garden
the future,
State.
and guess what?
at the end of the first half, it's all Harvard, 14-3.
And the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the
Garden State Bowl is what we're looking at.
NC State will kick off to start things here in the second half. start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip.
And Harvard's got another chance with a big block. Still on his feet. He steps out of bounds.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
The option look.
They're going to keep it on 2nd and 3. Oh, what a pitch play. He's going to go. Look out.
All
Still
the
on his
way.
feet. Touchdown, Harvard.
For the touchdown.
And the big play starts with the quarterback making the right decision, getting the defense to come to him, pitching the football, and Jesse, the running back, catches it and does the rest.
He does, and he also
The
had good
triple
block
option.
too. Some of those receivers outside helping him out, but man, with his speed when he's on the perimeter, the options executed that well. It is virtually impossible.
To perfection.
Point makes it a 21-3 lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper came on that 62-yard run to the house. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
So tell us, any updates in the FCS?
From inside his 5.
They have not played yet.
Crease in that kickoff.
They play on Saturday.
Stopped at the 17.
Right.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Trying to find his man on first down.
Gonna air it up there.
On the left side.
Almost picked off.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that,
A pick probably would have meant game over, basically.
Big tight end tries to make a
Yeah.
catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
gets it out quickly. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in
Up next, it's the Belk Bowl. Duke and Georgia playing each other. Duke was the runner-up in the ACC last season. Georgia
That's why the
was not.
his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Honest reaction to that.
Back to pass, it's Bailey. Throws to the wideout.
Almost picked off again.
And he threw that one up for
He's
grabs.
doing it to the team in red, just not his team in red.
Now, NC State is in red. Harvard is in crimson.
He thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game, but early on,
It's frigid out there.
not really able
Freezing cold, snowy temperatures.
completion on third down, and you're
Looks
only
Hard to grab the ball.
expecting them to punt.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way.
And that's going nowhere.
Coverage that time didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Split backs here. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And he'll step across the sideline.
Georgia,
Making a good
a national power, very well known. How many national titles do you think Georgia's won, Danny, in 2KU?
Probably want to get more yards, but you could tell
I'm gonna just probably around.
seriously
I'm gonna guess around 3.
One.
getting the ball to your
In
plate.
2KU, they've only ever won it once in 1976.
on the option.
Before the Bulldogs, it's been a long drought since. That one's going nowhere.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Shout out to the Ivy League in real life. They're now allowing their students to play in the postseason.
Third and long from the 41. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust.
Or, pardon me, they actually won two.
Catch in the middle.
Correction, they won two in 76 and 79.
On this dude is a good idea. They
Most
But-
of the most
but
got.
he still got the first
But since that 79 title, they've had to watch rivals Alabama win 2. Florida's won 4 titles. 5 titles, actually.
Including the recent one last year.
Because Florida had one in 84. Then Florida got one in 84, 96, 2001, 2014, and 2023. And they had one more before that in 1967.
And it's looking like it might become a bit harder for them this upcoming season. It's in the all new division system of the SEC.
Start turning divisions. What a grab, but it's broken up. PI? No. We have a lot of historical programs here today. Harvard, Georgia. We have Notre Dame. Trapped again. Harvard, Georgia, Notre Dame, and we end with Cal, who long ago was one of the best programs in the land.
We also got some pretty good basketball programs today. We got Duke, we got NC State, we got Syracuse, we got New Mexico State.
This is from 60. Kick is on the way, and it's good!
I gave him an A+ for that.
Not the first A+ he's probably gotten.
61 yards. Sheesh.
61 yards. That's just short of the longest we've seen all year. In the snow.
That makes it even more impressive.
The last kick, Boise State in their win over San Jose State. That was 62 yards in a dome. So it's 24-3 in favor of Harvard. Lucky that it didn't end in a touchdown. But our nightcapper, we might want to just call this game here and move on. But our nightcapper is Cal and New Mexico State. Cal is a team that Cal was once one of the most powerful teams in the West. However, they only have one national championship all the way back in 1905.
Let's go to the end of the quarter. Jump to the end?
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry, NC State, but...
Well, they're trying to claw their way back into it, but 27-17, Harvard gets their 11th win.
And now NC State off to a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah. They've lost 7 of their last 8 games.
But don't worry, folks. We still got more matchups. How are you feeling for uniforms? Color rush?
I think we can just go home away. Unless we want to do something with Duke. Do they?
No
Do they
fun
have?
helmets?
Yeah.
Ooh, blue gothic.
Yeah, I was looking for the Gothic helmet. Or
They
the
have
blue
script.
blue script.
They also got in black. Blue script?
Yeah.
Alright. Just in case anything for Georgia. Alright, yeah, nothing really. Just classic home away. Even these boys up. The weather up in Charlotte.
If only Pig Bear was here.
Yeah. It is currently cloudy.
A little cloudy.
Let's go partially cloudy. The game is at noon. Alright, good to go.
Yeah. From the Queen City in Charlotte, it's the Belk Bowl. Duke Blue Devils were the runner-ups in the ACC last season. This time in a down year, they're heading to the home of Duke's Mayo in Charlotte as they take on Georgia.
Now,
Both these-
who will win this match? Blue Devils, Bulldogs. Whoever will get dunked Mayo on top of them.
The Duke Blue Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get
Now, where's Paper? Because he said he had Duke's Mayo for us.
Call him in here.
Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game.
And we're underway.
He'll bring it
Duke
out.
will start off the game.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work
And
out.
Duke's in first, gives a rundown of the Duke Blue Devils.
So Duke's return team
Yep.
didn't help matters out much
The
there.
Duke Blue Devils, they first start off the season 3-1, looking like it was going to be a pretty good start. Win, including at Harvard against SMU UAB. Their one loss being to Miami, but then afterward, a little bit of a struggle. Took loss to Georgia Tech, Clemson, then they beat Clemson, Virginia, then they went on a skid, losing to Virginia Tech, Davidson, North Carolina, and new to the FBS UGF, before taking a win against Wake Forest.
Exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much.
Meanwhile, for the Georgia Bulldogs, Georgia first started the season 2-1, so a pretty good start. Wins against Louisville, new to the FBS UGF, and their one loss was to Florida State. Then afterward, they had a really rough period. Took losses to Arkansas, Auburn, and Vanderbilt, with their only win in the period being to Ole Miss. And afterward, went on a little bit of a upturn. They beat Florida and Jacksonville. They beat Kentucky, and Tennessee, with only 2 losses between them, being to LSU and to ACC champion Georgia Tech.
So they'll try to make up some of that ground on second
All right.
from the 16. He's got his man
Duke trying to call themselves in back after a really bad sack. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Looking for a man. It's Murphy. Tight end
No, he can't get it.
I think that's an example there on the
Yeah, what will they do?
just has to
I personally think they should go for it.
You got to stretch the depth of your route a little bit longer to make sure that once you catch it and you go out of bounds, you've already picked up the first. He wasn't able to do that.
And they'll
Now
just
that's
punt it
a
away.
short.
Fair, the game just started. Still in your own territory.
getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter.
And the Georgia Dogs coming on the field, not as dominant as they are in real life. Trying to get to that point. It's been a long time since Georgia was the team to beat in the nation. But in a wide open SEC, maybe this is the year that Georgia can regroup. Maybe next year will be the year that Georgia can regroup and become a true national power. We've seen glimpses of it, specifically in 2022. They had a pretty great season, capped off with a win over a ranked North Carolina. And what's up there is one of the greatest bowl games in 2KU stream history. 3rd and 3.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Looking to throw for it. Got it in the middle.
Not going to get there.
Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down, and now they have to make a call.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. Target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
On 4th and 1, Georgia will punt it as well.
The punt team sends it the other way. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but
Duke back onto the field after their last drive stalled.
and Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw.
Play action over the middle, past the 40, 1st down, and they're in enemy territory for the first time today.
39-yard line.
It's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance, and I mean, you've got to be able to attack different thirds of the field.
The
You've gotta
spin
work the
move
perimeter to both sides.
in quadruple coverage.
You're not afraid to go over the middle, and they did right there.
And the Blue Devils want to move quickly.
Now, before the Sonic movie tomorrow, have you played Sonic Adventure 2?
I know Adventure 2, of course. I'm a big Sonic fan.
Okay.
I haven't
Have
played
you
it.
seen the fan dub?
Yeah, of course I have. I'm going to kill you and then kill you again.
Perfect. Now you don't need any more context for the movie.
Hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride
I'm not going to
in
ask.
stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout
Perfect.
the course of the game and see if they can
That'd be a surprise.
Have you played Generations? That's one of my favorite games
Yeah.
ever.
Yes.
And the new version is literally that, but even more. You have to do a lot to improve on one of my favorite games of all time, and they did it.
Yep. It was a surprisingly great game.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the
I'm so glad to be part of a Sonic game where there is no but, no caveat. It's just a really good game. And it's not just like, oh, it's good for a Sonic game. It's a good video game.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be here.
We're in the peak Sonic era.
Sonic's on a win streak. 2024 was a very good year.
And a really nice job by the wide
Between the movie, Generations, the whole Year of Shadow thing.
coverage. They're not covering man-to-man.
Sonic fans are eating We Do Not Talk About Prime.
Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were,
Exactly.
and that's why they got the 1st down.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Now the play fake.
That's enough for the 1st down.
So you going to see the movie in the morning or in the afternoon?
It's a 12:50 screening, I believe.
Okay.
So right on the cusp. At the end of 1, this game's still scoreless, but Duke is in the red zone.
Trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the 2nd quarter.
Duke and Georgia both used to be members of the old SoCon back in the day. They're going to throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Duke!
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense
I don't know if you want to start by saying goodnight to goodnight to the crowd. That's what happened to Clemson during the Texas game. And look how that turned out for them. So here comes the point after for Duke to go up 7-0.
On to attempt the try.
I think both the ACC and the SEC are going to be wide open for anyone trying to take it coming this year.
So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the finisher, an 18-yard.
However, I feel like one division of the SEC is much tougher than the other one, so that one's gonna be where to keep an eye on.
But yeah, Florida, Georgia, and Alabama are all in the same division, and they're the
Yep.
top 3 in the conference.
You got Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky. So good luck, Kentucky. We cheer
Now
for
throw
you
it.
in spirit.
Drop.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Picks his way ahead
To the 20, 3rd and 7 here for Georgia. Pardon me. I choked on my spit.
That's where you gotta go and spin in the thing.
Ugh. I've made enough allusions to that. For the 3rd and 7, he'll throw it as he's hit. Incomplete.
And on that 3rd down,
It'll be 4th and 7 here. Excuse me.
as a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up 4th.
Thankfully, I'm not coughing so bad I couldn't broadcast like last year. I had COVID last year during bowl season. Not fun.
Me, who still hasn't had COVID, probably.
I've caught it at least twice.
So I'm still standing, boys.
But I made it out of the tunnel both times, so here I am.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, Bierman making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the
A
drive.
lot of Duke fans here. No surprise, Durham not too far from Charlotte.
Quickly to the tight end.
Certainly closer than Athens, Georgia is.
Good pickup, it's still short of the
Which isn't even that far either.
That RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
Oh my goodness.
3rd and short now from their own 48.
What's up?
Fortnite now has I don't know if these are skins or like a good fake, but Fortnite seems to have skins of the current college football playoff teams.
Huh. Okay. So grab your Boise State skin while you can.
The Blue Devils line up to punt it away.
2022 2KU champions, Florida State. Or Boise State. Florida State was 2016. Out of bounds.
Ball will bounce it to 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They're going to throw it to start the drive.
On 1st and 10, just goes out of bounds.
Job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's back.
On 2nd and 10, incomplete.
Hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Defense were always trying to get some tips, break on the football, get a tip.
It's been a while since an SEC team has won the title. That's a lie. Excuse me, it was last year. I forgot.
On 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass.
Pretend like I didn't say anything on 3rd and 10.
Finds the tight end.
No. And again, nothing going for Georgia.
Separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up 4th down.
Georgia sends out the punt team.
Someone's probably did this already, but I need like an NCAA or a college football 25 dynasty in which you're not allowed to recruit for yourself. You just let the computer do it for you.
Oh, there's a setting for that.
I don't know if there was or not. But, like, if you want to win your games, you got to win the games.
Yeah, there's one that says for like automatic recruiting, and it'll just automatically get you recruits.
I never was for recruiting. I was never really a fan of going for that.
Second down coming up.
Then again, I usually played college dynasties more as a spectator than anything.
He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route running. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. He's gonna pass.
Duke trying to move down the field again. Oh, look out.
It's more. And there is nothing doing.
No more for more.
He got the completion and nothing else to show for it.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that.
On second and 11. First down.
Got the tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup. Right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great job.
First and 10. Short shovel pass to the 40.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. We saw it on that last play.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Now on second down.
Second and 7.
Back to throw, it's Murphy.
There's your first down.
Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
And the Blue Devils with the first and 10.
Oh, he's going to be sacked.
The quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Second big hit they've taken thus far.
Calls a timeout to stop the clock.
I'm gonna be right back real quick.
All right. Not only do they have to be able to beat offensive linemen, but they're going to have to beat running backs and tight ends. You've got to have moves in your repertoire, and that linebacker showed that there.
Gonna air it out.
The wide out.
Grab past the 15 for a first.
Grab defense right there, and they are set up at the 14.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
From the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. The throw
To the 10, or to the 9 rather.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down,
They'll try a field goal. This will make it a 10-0 game right before halftime. Kick is up and good. There'll be 2 seconds on the clock, but Duke leads by 2 scores.
and that will extend their lead even further. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And he takes this from inside the 5. There to make the stop, and we played 3 in this one. That's the end of the second.
At the end of the first half, it's 10-0 Duke.
Our halftime update.
Reese, we figured we might get a Duke's Mayo Bowl that would have social media buzzing for a variety of reasons. to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished
As
playing,
you look at the highlights thus far.
playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense, and I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the second half in the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Coming out with it, it's Belk. I know he thinks he
And
can
Georgia will start at the 14.
Sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
They've got the screen set up.
Whoa, the spin move.
Really close to that first down.
It's going to be 3rd and 1.
They stop him just a bit short.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of him.
Third down, and this offense is already in a
3rd and 1.
They could really use a conversion.
And they got a man wide open all day to work past the 40.
And he'll run out of bounds, but a much-needed productive play in the passing game.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Now on first down from the
And Georgia might have their best chance today to score. And that's not going anywhere.
wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14.
On 2nd and long.
Back to throw, it's back.
Screenplay has a blocker. Oh, he does a sidestep. Can he get to the line? Stops just short.
And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. The Bulldogs get it past the sticks.
And that's so tough as a defense, because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense, because a major statistic in
On 1st and 10 here.
losing is how good are you at staying
Screenplay is caught.
keeping drives alive. Whether it's
Oh.
3rd and 3rd and inches,
Gain of 6.
you just have to go execute, and they do it. Coming into this one, I thought this guy was going to be a monster. He was going to put up huge numbers. We know this is a big part of the offense week in, week out. The defense has done a great job clamping down on him. That is only his 2nd catch so far in this game.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. They'll run play
Looking on 2nd and 4. Look out.
and the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great
3rd and
opportunity
11.
for the defense to get off the field.
After the sack.
Field, it's back.
Gonna throw it. Oh, first down. No, he dropped it.
Fingers in.
Again.
That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs. We got to be
And they're going to try a 61-yarder.
How about this? They're going to send the kicker out there to try to put a thunderfoot into one.
Kick is on the way. No.
No good. Guys, that field goal could loom large. Missing an opportunity to get within a touchdown. We're still sitting on a 10-point game here. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. And when your defense is performing like this, pitching a shutout, you want to find a way to reward them and help them out a little bit.
Scrambling. Whoa, look out. All the room in the world. First down.
Good, but man, oh man, they've got to find something, Jesse, that they can hang their hat on, something they can do to move the football.
It just feels like at this point, they kick one more field goal and this is ball game because of how well their defense is playing. So I think offensively, just don't do anything stupid and give the game away.
The Blue Devils want to pick up the tempo. To the ground.
On a handoff.
Squeezes out a couple of yards.
And a
Down to
2.
32.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking downfield, it's Murphy.
On second and 8, he's going to be sacked.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On third and long.
On third and 13, it's caught.
Caught behind
No.
the line. It's Moore. There to make the tackle and
Nothing doing there. That'll be the end of the third. Duke leads 10-0.
Quarter and Duke is on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker.
Kick is on the way to make it firmly a 2-score game. It's good. 13-0 Duke.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Wasting
On first and
no time
10.
going on this drive.
Whoa, what a grab!
It's Smith. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, they've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started to come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
Big play like that to open a drive just builds the confidence. Now first down from the 46.
On first and 10, he's got all day to throw. Has a man open. Has a block to the 20. Brought down at the 21.
And they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
That last play has this defense on its heels. Now it's first and 10 from the 21. They're bringing heat.
Trying to run around. It'll be second and 6.
Georgia comes quickly to the line. Back to pass, it's back.
Gonna air it up.
And he can't
Incomplete.
make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. And it's up and
It's good.
just a
Did they actually get it? I think they did. Touchdown, Georgia.
After that last
And they're not out of this one.
drive, they're set to kick it away.
They need to stop, though.
Looking for blockers. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
2nd and 7.
Right back to it.
That's not what you want if you're Georgia. Fumble! Who's got it?
Looks as if they
Duke does.
and they'll keep the ball. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to.
That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Duke
Reached the 2-minute
still
warning
up
in this
6.
offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side.
If you're Georgia, you need to stop.
Up at the 40. They've got a first down. They'll try the run.
And the defense doing a great
There's your first
job
timeout if you're Georgia.
to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the
That
ground.
vaunted Georgia defense is going to need to show up.
They'll give it to the back. He's knocked down.
Time out again.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Here they come, facing
3rd and 10.
to the air. It's
They got to throw it. If they want that first down, they'll just get rid of it. And that's a lucky break for Georgia. They'll still have a timeout, minute 50 to go. A touchdown and PAT gives you the lead.
They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage. Great job reading the QB's
But
eyes.
Duke
There's nowhere
has
to
been
go with it.
putting a stranglehold on this Georgia offense all day.
Hunt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep.
Can they do the same here?
Make
This
sure
drive
he
ought to
doesn't
start
get
at the 11.
further signals for and makes the fair catch at the 10. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Got it in the middle. It's Urasek. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming.
Just over a minute to go on 2nd down.
To the wideout.
In traffic, a dangerous throw, but it falls to the turf.
That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
On 3rd down, going
3rd down. That's the first you need,
and they wrap him up.
which should be the first of many.
Enough for the first down.
That play was designed to go to the running back. They were hoping they were going to get man coverage, and one-on-one, that back is going to win that matchup every single time.
It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo.
Clock is not stopped. They got to keep going.
He wants to throw.
He'll throw over the middle.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Belk.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on him, right?
And more unskippable cutscenes.
They're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. They'll try to get it through the air.
Over the middle.
Over the middle, it's Bell. The offense
And that's Georgia's timeout. 25 seconds to go.
There's a reason third down.
They're now in Duke territory.
By the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentage.
With time, he'll throw it incomplete off the fingertips of a defender.
Offense gets set for second down. Back to throw, it's back.
On 2nd and 10. Nobody's there.
Ball's out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, and that's fine. Listen, it's go time, right? Now it's come up on third down. You probably got 2 downs anyways. It's the fourth quarter. It's time for this QB to take charge.
Now facing a third and long.
Up next, International Bowl, Syracuse and Notre Dame.
Trying to get to it.
He's going to be sacked.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the wind.
And they got to hurry back to the line. There's not going to be enough time to do it. Duke is going to win the Belk Bowl. That'll be it. I don't know if Danny's still here or not, because we have we have some more games we got to do. I guess we'll take this time to take an intermission. We will be right back on the 2KU. That is not correct. Georgia scored 7. It was 13-7 was the final score.
Okay.
Uh-oh,
I'll
we
get a
we might have another scandal on our hands.
I mean, really? Does it really matter?
We can make it matter.
If anything, we could chalk up to just an ESPN error, like how in the one NBA game, a free throw was like over 7,000 points. Someone clip it. Someone screenshot
Somebody better
it.
clip it. What microphone is this loud? Where's the sound coming from? Okay, never mind.
Boom. Boom, boom.
International is up next.
Yep. That is between
Syracuse and Notre Dame.
Irish versus Syracuse. What are we feeling for uniforms?
I don't know what Syracuse has to work with. All orange. I like the white, white, white. Or that.
And then there's also this for their way.
Give them the navy pants. Yeah.
And for Notre Dame, they usually have something.
I didn't know they also wear white pants. I think it would just go home.
Right. These seems even. Let me just pull up this little cheaper here. International, we got Fenway.
It's indoors though, isn't it?
It has an opening roof, right? This is the baseball stadium.
It has an opening roof, but it's usually closed. I thought
here, unless you want to change it.
I used Texas as the analog.
Alright, Texas it is. Probably passed it, but
You did.
LA, Frisco, large. Am I blind?
Five.
5 minutes.
It's
are-
it's an
Are
afternoon
they
game.
Central or are they in Central or Eastern time?
They're in EST. We could make it a night thing so it has some difference to the Texas Bowl. So it doesn't look exactly
Okay.
the same because they don't have any windows.
Alright, good to go.
Yeah. Welcome to Canada! As the intro just got skipped, Syracuse and Notre Dame are ready for the International Bowl between the Big East and Big Ten. And these two old school teams are underway.
If you want, we could restart that to get the intro.
We're already going.
Alright. Yeah.
Hughes is going to get us started here. They're on 1st and 10. He's blown up.
He's one of the few receivers in the country, guys, where if it's man coverage is open, zone coverage is open, if he's double covered, he's open. Throw that guy the ball.
Syracuse right back at it.
Second and 4, first down.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set
I
of
guess one of
downs
these two are
instead of
rivals.
trying to make those
I guess
big
not.
touchdown runs.
Not particularly. Not in... Yeah, not really.
They'll throw it on first down.
Good catch, first down. Oh, it's a foot race as the pixels are coming for him, but no defender's gonna get him. Touchdown, Syracuse.
And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Orange. You want to
Make sure.
Field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a
There
better
we go.
throw for that QB.
Touchdown, Cuse.
The Oranges currently leading the Irish. I'm glad they actually have the orange in this game. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Mr. Opie.
Oh, I thought I was about to do like a cartwheel or something, but
Yeah.
he's just running.
The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So
Here comes Notre Dame, their final game under the Big Ten banner.
as dynamic as this guy
They've
is
been
on the
a Big Ten member since 2011. They'll bring that era to a close tonight before they return back to where they were before as an independent.
The problem is you got one of the best safeties in the nation who likes to lay people out.
Notre Dame's Big Ten tenure has not exactly gone as planned. The Irish were expected to be one of the best teams in the conference comfortably. Now we're not so sure.
got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down.
They've been since then they've been a good team, but they haven't been a great team. That's what they've wanted to do. And I believe what they're thinking is that going independent will give them just what they want. A chance to return to being a great team and not just a good one. Danny, what were your thoughts about the move?
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting to see them want to do this part, and it's even more interesting to see the Big Ten still keep them in all the other sports, considering Notre Dame is mostly known for football. But let's see what they do. They are making an agreement with NBC to broadcast all their games alongside with Peacock, so I definitely do think they have a good chance. And Notre Dame has been a historic brand everyone wants to play against, so this only gives them more chance to make their schedule more easily.
I'm sure Notre Dame's schedule is going to be entertaining next year. I believe you said you had the independent schedules done.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
I
them
can
on
reveal-
stream, but oh, wide open first down. Not going to say them on stream, but if you could send them my way, I'll see what's interesting. I'll
Yeah.
take a look at them.
Of course, the only two games that we did reveal was a few years ago. Notre Dame and Army did have that neutral side home and away little schedule. They are going to continue that, and of course, their week 0 matchup.
And I think this quarterback feels the same way about that guy. He is just so dynamic outside.
Gonna throw it.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different
Just send that to
spots
you.
all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Notre Dame now operating in the red zone.
Uh-oh.
He's back to throw on second down.
On 2nd and 3, out of bounds.
Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
If you have graphics for these, send them when they're ready.
Alright. I'll make a graphic for Notre Dame soon.
That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3.
So for something like the Independence, I still haven't even decided the...
On 3rd and short.
Oh, it's intercepted!
Oh, intercepted!
And he's got a lane! They might have another long touchdown here, and they could go all the way! Again, it's
Touchdown.
Syracuse!
What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't.
A pick six and a long passing touchdown. Syracuse dominating on both ends so far.
Defense, great job making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Lining up to add another.
It's 14-0 Orange.
Makes it 14-0.
Send me any of the power conference stuff you have too, by the way.
Alright. Just know I've only really done just the out of conference stuff, so a lot of stuff's still TBA.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been
Actually, do you mind if I talk about Notre Dame's schedule here?
Yeah.
Because my goodness. They start with Boston College in Dublin. We talked about that one already. They have games against Arkansas and Texas, who we mentioned are scary teams in their respective conferences next year. At Purdue, a bye. You head on the road to Blacksburg to take on Virginia Tech. You have USC before another bye. A neutral site against Army. At Navy, a bye. Then you head to Michigan. Or then you host Michigan. You go to Pitt. You play Miami. And then at Stanford. That was your first down.
Love them big games.
And you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football.
Watch out for that Notre Dame Texas game.
Make the game easy.
On first down, here comes this offense. Quarterback on the keeper. He breaks a tackle. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first.
At the end of the first quarter, Syracuse is up 14-0 on the favorite Irish.
Has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They largely dominate
You would think,
the first quarter and built it.
you'd think the possession is all. The possession would indicate that this game is all Irish, but that's not the case. So you look at the score.
Throwing right.
There's a first down.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Feeling some
On 3rd and 5, he's sacked.
and the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit, they were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
The Irish send out the punt unit.
That'll be a touchback.
And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great.
After the gain of 4.
You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
On second down, he'll let it fly. He's
Good
got the
catch
tight end.
for a first down.
Good job running that route to get past
We
the
saw-
sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
We're in the middle of a home-and-home between Ohio State and Alabama. Last season, they just played each other. Or this year, they played each other, and that was an all-timer.
Is it too high safeties?
If when we're heading to Brian Denny, are we going to have some more all-time success as well? Because I think Alabama's going to be in a better place than they were last season. And Ohio State might be even better than they are now.
Tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Right here is another classic.
Second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Syracuse right back at it. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Unloads to the
Oh, he's got another open man.
Makes the catch. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
How many first downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
I just enjoy the power conference that I have.
Right.
Looking to throw, it's McCord.
On 1st and 10. Inside the 15. That's another red zone stop for Cuse. Actually, it's the first time in the red zone.
Gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few
If you
more
want, I
times.
could talk about some
Syracuse
notable
ready to
conference
go to
games
work with another
teams.
first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build.
I'll wait for Syracuse to score because I have to use the bathroom in a moment.
First half performance.
All right.
We'll talk about more notable games in a little bit.
Line, it's first down. They're going to throw it again.
Gonna throw it short.
He's got it and still on his feet. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw.
Looking for the end zone. He's gonna be sacked.
Yeah.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
It's going to be 3rd and 11.
This bad luck you've had so far around, get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground.
And the titular Fighting Irish approves.
Ran over, it's still the first half. This is a good start.
They'd love to pick up this third down.
3rd and 11.
Set with first and goal. On third and long, try to convert through
To the end zone. Incomplete.
wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
And they'll likely settle for a field goal to make it a 17-point game in favor of the underdog Cuse.
Zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And they'll have to settle for
A 30-yarder from the left hash. Difficult angle. Kick is on the way.
just drive.
No doubt about it. I will be right back.
And they'll push that lead.
All right. So while he's gone, I'll talk about some interesting games for the Power 5. Boston College, they are already revealed they're playing against Notre Dame in, oops, that's a little mistake. They're playing Notre Dame in Ireland. Meanwhile, they'll also play against Army, BYU, and Syracuse. Clemson, they don't really have anyone big so far. They only have just a few out-of-conference games against some non-power teams. Florida State, they're playing against Georgia and Florida. Maryland, similar situation to Clemson, just they're playing against Navy at the end of the season. NC State, they're going to play against a pretty good, or at least this season, a very good Vanderbilt at Troy, and going to newly Big East team East Carolina. South Carolina, nothing yet. Wake Forest are playing against Purdue and UConn. Dave Show is going to be playing against UCF, and of course, potentially USF. Just haven't had that thing written down yet. Duke will be playing against TCU Temple. Some fun conference games. Georgia Tech will, of course, finish the season with their game at Georgia. Miami will be playing against Big East USF and going to Notre Dame later on in the season. Virginia, they'll going to be going to Indiana, but they'll got games at Old Dominion. Virginia Tech, they are playing against Notre Dame at home at some point in the season. UConn, they are going to be going to Ole Miss and Wake Forest in the season. Pitt will be traveling across the country to go to Cal, but also they'll be hosting Notre Dame. Syracuse will be hosting Big Ten's Penn State and going to Boston College. Temple will be playing against Duke and going to Oklahoma. West Virginia will be going to Charlotte to play against Tennessee. A little neutral site action. Cincinnati will be going across the country to Boise State, playing against the Broncos. My beloved UCF Knights are going to Northwestern in Chicago, but also going to Dave Show later on the season. Louisville is going to Texas A&M for a potentially fun matchup. Memphis, brand new to the power teams, is Memphis. They are going to Arkansas and hosting Mississippi State. East Carolina, they're hosting NC State and Coastal, but also going to Charlotte. USF will be going to Miami. And the Big Ten, Chicago doesn't have any games scheduled besides an FCS opponents. That's still to be determined. Illinois will be playing the arch rivalry against Missouri. Indiana will be playing against Virginia. Iowa's got their classical rivals, Iowa State and Nebraska on the schedule. Michigan will be going to Notre Dame later on the season. Nothing really for Michigan State besides he got it, but there's a flag. It's Michigan State. Oh, will they accept it?
They'll decline the penalty here.
Decline and just keep the points. All right. Northwestern will be hosting UCF. Ohio State will be going to Alabama. That's going to be a great matchup right there. Penn State will be going to Syracuse. Purdue will go into Wake Forest and hosting Notre Dame. Wisconsin will be hosting Utah in week 1 of the season. The return game from last season's home and home. Baylor will be going to Oregon. Houston will be going to UNLV. SMU is going to Vanderbilt. DCU is going to Duke. Iowa State, they are going to Iowa and hosting Tulane. Kansas, they are going to take advantage of the Hawaii rule, and they're going to be using it for an extra conference game. So instead of the 3 they would have been playing, they are now playing 4. They're going to be going to Hawaii versus FCS Lindenwood versus Washington State and going to La Tech. Kansas State hosting Texas State. Missouri is hosting San Diego State and going to Illinois. Oklahoma is playing at home against Colorado State and Temple. Oklahoma State, they are going to Tulsa and hosting Bama. That's going to be an interesting game to watch. Texas will be going to Notre Dame. Texas A&M will be hosting Louisville. BYU will be going to Oregon State, hosting Boston College, and going to Utah. Colorado will be going to Florida. Oh wow, that's impressive. Yeah, sorry, just background game of the Oklahoma Navy game. Oklahoma just scored the tying touchdown. Colorado is going to the Swamp to play against Florida. Nebraska is hosting Arizona and Iowa. Texas will be going to Mississippi State. Let's go out west to the West Coast and the Pac. Cal will be hosting Pitt and going to Minnesota, and also hosting renewed FBS UC Davis. Stanford will be playing against, as of right now, a really good San Jose State team, and will be also hosting Notre Dame. UCLA will be hosting Hawaii. USC is going to Notre Dame later this season. Boise State will be hosting Cincinnati week 1. A little fun matchup right there. Colorado State will be going to Oklahoma and hosting their cross-border rival Wyoming. Utah will be going to Wisconsin. That's in week 1, and of course keeping their final weekend matchup against BYU. Utah State will be hosting Temple. Oregon will be hosting Baylor in week 2, a little reverse from last week's home game. Last year's home and home. Oregon State will be hosting BYU, but also hosting Idaho, New Mexico. Real fun matches right there. Washington will be hosting UNLV in Eastern Washington. Washington State will be going to Kansas. Arizona will be going to Nebraska. Arizona State, they're going to Florida, and we could potentially see the Sparky going on the road to play against Dave Show at some neutral site game. Still to be determined. Alright. San Diego State will be going to Missouri and host the newly FBS. Ooh, oh my god. Oklahoma are going for the PAT and they didn't get it, so Navy's ahead 21-20 with 6 seconds left in the game.
Guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
Anyway, Alabama, they're going to be hosting Ohio State and going to Oregon State. That's going to be a great matchup right there, and I feel it's going to bring up a great catch downfield by Notre Dame. Alabama will go to Oklahoma State and hosting Ohio State. Florida will be hosting Colorado, going to Arizona State, and of course, their final weekend matchup against Florida State. Georgia will be playing against Florida State and Georgia Tech, classic rivals. Kentucky will be going to Toledo and to Louisville. Yeah, I know, right? Going to Toledo. Holy Toledo, Batman. Tennessee will be playing against West Virginia and Charlotte. Vanderbilt will be playing against SMU and NC State. Arkansas will be going to Notre Dame and hosting Memphis, classical rivals. LSU doesn't have anything scheduled. Mississippi State, they are going to Memphis and hosting Texas Tech. Some interesting Powerball matchups. Rice, in their first year in a power conference, they are going to Navy and they'll be hosting Navy and still in building up the program of UTRGV. Tulsa, in their first year in the power conference, they're going to be going to host Oklahoma State and going to Army. Tulane will be going to Iowa State and hosting a little fun rival, Southern Miss. I'm just going to let my breath catch up. But that's currently the Powerball matchups. 4th and 1, let's see if they make this field goal. And the kick is up, and it's good. Notre Dame takes the lead, makes it a 6-point game. Ooh, Oklahoma, no, they didn't get it. But the dancing leprechaun improves. The 6-17 game.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. Fielded in the end zone. It's Pena. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the
Something's happening in that Notre Dame Oklahoma game. There's a flag on play.
and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
Guys, we're at the end of the quarter, and Syracuse has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can
Sandman, which probably is copyright. Yeah.
Here comes the offense on second down. Scanning the field, it's McCord.
He's got to land. He's wide open all the way. Touchdown, Orange.
And they take it in for 6 more points.
And good night, Canada.
Getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
Is that a Pokeball on the top? Huh. What a great run by Syracuse right there.
Oh, did we wrap
Wow.
up? Sorry, I was in the bathroom.
Nope. We're in by the start of the 4th quarter. Syracuse just got a touchdown.
It's 23-6. I think this one's out of hand.
Yep. I could
Executive
take a
order. Are we
little-
moving? Are we moving to Continental Tire?
We can definitely do that. Actually, after the PAT. I just wrapped up also with the out of conference games, the interesting out of conference games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, watch out for that Bama squad. They have this as a fun matchup. Also, is that a Pokeball on the top of the stadium?
I don't know. Let's see the replay. I think you have to wait for the play to end.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much. As he stopped at the 18. Notre Dame has the ball and ready
Yep.
to get
I was telling the viewers that potentially the most interesting out of conference schedule has to be Bama.
They have Ohio State, for one.
Yeah,
I already knew about that, but who else do they have?
they're going to Oklahoma State.
Going to OK State.
I just wanted to take a look at the roof. There you go.
I don't know what that is. It does kind of look like a Pokemon. Double Dip Donuts.
What?
Oscar's Pizza. Sunnyside Chicken. We need to get someone to data mine this game and get us the pictures of these sponsors.
And then the other side.
All right, I think we can just
But yeah.
call this one.
Yeah.
And how about them orange?
Just gonna put it on normal just in case something crazy happens.
I don't think it is. 24-6, Syracuse dominates Notre Dame with a 24-6 win. Coming up next, the Continental Tire Bowl featuring Vanderbilt and FIU.
Also in real life, coming up next is the Birmingham Bowl, Georgia Tech Vanderbilt. Which I can't wait for that game.
Yeah, we have two more, Continental Tire and then the LA Bowl.
Alright. Bandy. No.
And FIU's right there for us.
Vanderbilt.
I love these get-ups already.
Just in case there's any interesting.
I think the home is good for Vandy, but FIU probably has a lot to go for.
Yeah. There's even a uniform combo I made for myself that's pretty fun.
What's your uniform combo?
Yeah, I like to call this the ocean uniform. You could get like a navy helmet or the sunblazer helmet, either or. Blue jersey. No, sand pants. Socks. You could also get like other FIU helmets as well.
What's their Sunblazers get up?
It's just the helmet.
Oh.
Yeah, Sunblazer was FIU was originally before they became Panthers.
Let's get them in the 305. Put them in
They even have a 305 blue, I believe.
They have a lot of helmets.
Yeah. Oh, I guess not. Let's just do a classical way. And we just get to the 305.
Mr. Worldwide.
There's this helmet and there's this helmet.
The other one had the stripes. Let's go with that.
Alright.
FIU,
305.
Vandy.
How you like that, Obama?
Picture that with a Kodak. Better yet, go to the Continental Tire Bowl and picture me with a Kodak. Duke's Mayo is where we're going.
Yep. Yep. I'm guessing it's clear over there, right?
I would think so. I think it's an evening game.
Alright. Let's do 6. Sunset game.
Yeah. So the
Right.
Continental Tire we go.
Dale, FIU.
In terms of capacity, it's the largest sporting venue in the United States. It's not a football stadium, but a racetrack. Bristol Motor Speedway in the mountains of Bristol, Tennessee is the home for the Continental Tire Bowl as Vanderbilt of the SEC takes on the Sun Belt's FIU. Both teams having their best seasons in recent memory. FIU in all white, Vandy wearing black and gold. How are these teams doing, Daniel? Let's run through that as we're about to kick off.
Yep. For FIU, they first started off the season really well. They had a big win against UConn to start the season. They did take a loss to Northwestern State, but they basically dominated until week 10. Where in week 10 and week 11, they suffered 2 bad losses. One to App State and the other one to Arkansas State. The 2 teams were playing the conference championship. And then they dominated Jacksonville State, Western Kentucky, and FAU for Atlantic for the Shula Bowl. Meanwhile, for the Vanderbilt Commodores, they started out the season really well. They had an early season loss to Stanford, but they knocked off a lot of games until losing to Tulane. They went on a 5-game conference stretch where they basically dominated the game, and then they took 2 bad losses, and these 2 bad losses kept them out of the SEC title. They lost to Auburn, then they lost to Tennessee. They won to at least one of them. They could have made it to Atlanta.
FIU already playing well on defense so far. Third and 3 here.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of a football game.
FIU potentially up there as one of the best teams in the conference. Or in the Sun Belt. They were rumored to be joining FAU in a move to the CUSA, but they didn't end up going. Instead, it was Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky who announced their leave.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch.
Hey, yo, play an AO in the chat.
And that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
Sorry, it's a little late, but
Hey, yo.
Yeah. Always gotta have it on standby.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw.
on 2nd and 5, there's another 1st down for Vandy.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide, he sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass, you'll take that completion.
The Commodores are flying down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down.
Gonna throw it as he's hit, incomplete.
He took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
After the misfire now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's got it down the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting long yardage and predictable situations.
He'll just keep slinging.
On 3rd and 5, he'll air it out. Has a man open. Touchdown, Vandy.
Open.
Touchdown, Commodores. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one.
He's got all day.
Gets himself wide open. There was no question that the quarterback was going to do that. Nice job.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away.
Now FIU gets it for the first time today.
For a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Panthers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this
The
week.
game is lagging a little bit for me. Is it
Oh.
lagging for you?
Well, they
Yeah.
immediately pointed to these guys right here.
Don't worry, everyone. Just a little thing that's catching up on itself.
Their respective
There you go.
Yeah, and they don't always show up.
It's been a lot better than yesterday.
These guys are the leaders. These are the guys get
Yeah.
everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
FIU pushing tempo. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They think they can create space here with the run to the right. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line. 2nd and 7. Running back searching for a hole. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Right up the left side, it's going to be a 3rd and 7.
The defender being a heat-seeking missile. He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Jenkins. Fires
Gonna
it
throw it. Has a man open.
open downfield. And this defense's head is
First
spinning.
down.
Down to the 27.
First down.
That'll be the end of the first quarter.
Well, guys,
Vanderbilt leads 7-0. How many teams are in 2KU's FBS right now?
we've played one period.
Let me actually.
Because they're adding teams next season.
First down to start the drive.
Yeah.
after the break.
Wait. Just give me 1 second. Alright. That I know what could help out.
Hand off from the shotgun. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense
This
knows
is here,
he's going to run the
and
football. He's willing to run the football,
1
not
second.
just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
They send 4 receivers onto the field, 2 to the right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 6. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Patterson. And good coverage by the defense, just a
Come on,
short
go.
gain.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws
we
wide
have
receiver
1, 2,
straight. You
3,
could tell
4,
they were ready for it. They
5,
saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time
3rd and 5 in field goal range. Doorstep of the red zone. They're going to the play action. Gonna throw it. Hasn't been open at the 4.
179 teams.
This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
On 1st and goal, he's gonna run out of time. He's sacked.
Quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
When I get inside the 3 on 1st and goal, I want to be aggressive with the ball. I want to be a physical. I want to be the more dominant team. You might know it's coming, but I'm
Did you hear the news with Diego Pavia, quarterback of Vanderbilt?
What happened with Diego Pavia?
very unsuccessfully. Nice job on
He
defense.
basically won his lawsuit against the NCAA and got an extra year of eligibility because he played in the JUCO level 1 year.
Well, good on him for winning his battle. Love me some Pavia ball.
I wonder what's going to happen next with all the other players, because a lot of players come from the JUCO level as well, so it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to affect the rest of college football.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal.
On 3rd and goal, that's not going there.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job on defense. They did their film study. On 3rd down, they're trying to dial up the screen, see if they can get these pass rushers way up the field, but no can do. They get a tackle for loss on the play, now setting up 4th.
They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. It's good. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense.
Going on play action. Gonna air it up there. 1st down. What does the Big East divisions look like while I have this open?
Yeah, the Big East divisions, they are split into 2 divisions, a North and a South division. In the North division, it's going to be having Pitt, Rutgers, Syracuse, Temple, UConn, Villanova, and West Virginia. Meanwhile, in the South, it's going to be UCF, Cincinnati, East Carolina, Georgetown, Louisville, Memphis, and USF.
Hang on, you moved a bit too fast for me.
Yep. North, it is teams from West Virginia up. So Pitt, Rutgers, Syracuse, Temple, UConn, Villanova, and West Virginia. The South is going to be UCF, Cincinnati, East Carolina, Georgetown, Louisville, Memphis, and USF.
All right.
Pitch and catch. Defense in zone coverage. Receivers got some access. Just spit it out to him. Let him catch it, advance, and get what he can get.
Set up for 2nd and short after that completion. He's looking to throw.
Gonna throw it again to the sideline, and another 1st for Vandy. Minute 32 to go. It's a 7-3 ball game, and Vandy's in scoring position.
This defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
And the Commodores have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it.
Gonna air it. It's intercepted!
Fires the pass, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a
And FIU prevents a score.
Well, the offense turns it over. And talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one.
Gonna air it up there. Has a man open. You're not gonna settle for a field goal this time. It's a touchdown for the 305.
And Hill house it. Touchdown, FIU.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy.
Who's in the South and the Big East again?
UCF, Cincinnati, East Carolina, Georgetown, Louisville, Memphis, and USF.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic.
Oh, so it's 14.
And the extra point puts
Yep.
them up by
Okay.
a field goal.
14-team Big
Not
East,
too taxing on the
7-7.
I counted it wrong
in
then.
the end zone just like that. About
All
to
right.
kick it off after punching it.
Kind of why I say they should go to a super with Army Navy.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. To the air, it's Pavia. Throws to the wideout.
Time out FIU.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Time at Vanderbilt.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking to move it through the air.
Gonna throw it up. Has the man open again.
Middle. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
The Commodores are in the hurry-up. Trying to find his man on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's
Good catch.
Alexander. He's brought down.
Not much more than that though.
Short of the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now on 2nd and short after the first down completion. He's looking to throw.
Gonna throw it again.
Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Now on first down from the 43. He's going to pass. Got it behind the line. It's Alexander.
On the short shot.
And
Not much to
room
gain.
here as that defense runs him out of bounds.
33 seconds in the half. 2nd and 6 coming up.
Between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw.
Oh, he's got a man over the side for another first down.
But the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Past the 20. Another first down. Time out Commodores.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Back to pass. It's Pavia.
He's going to run it. And he's got a first down. He'll slide at the 10.
Got the first down, then getting down.
might get a Duke's Mayo Bowl that would have social media.
This Continental tire.
That
Reasons, and through 2 quarters of football, that is the case. And
FIU leading 10-7 after the half.
by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver, this is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a
While I have it up, how does the Big 12 title work? Is it the best 2 teams regardless of pod?
that kind of catch rate.
yes.
With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the second half in the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
And the Commodores will kick it off to start the second half.
So it's up to either way.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Trying to make magic.
Gonna run it himself.
He turns it
And another first down for FIU.
gets down to avoid the hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
FIU pushing tempo. Looking for a man. It's Jenkins. The sweet feet.
Gonna run it himself again.
And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Quick tempo here for the offense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first.
Gonna air it.
Firing to the
Caught.
right, complete. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40.
That makes another first.
And I guess the only thing they really took out of play
Down to the Vandy 40.
quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw.
Faking the run, he'll throw it. Incomplete.
And he bats it away, it falls incomplete.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air. The offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
No gain on first down after the incompletion. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40. From the shotgun, the inside give.
Gotta scramble.
What a nifty run there.
And a first.
Pick up the first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in the second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
They'll give it to him again.
And again, a handoff for 9 yards this time.
Finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. On the option.
Pitch play.
Pitching.
And they got room. Look out. Touchdown, FIU.
Sprinting, he'll
Pardon my
away.
voice crack, but the gritty will distract us.
Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
takes this from inside the 5. He was looking
Vandy down 2 scores here.
to be found as he stopped at the 23. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse.
When on play action, they'll throw it. Oh, look out, the ref
And an offensive shootout.
just happened to be standing right place, right time to give him some extra clearance. That's a first down.
On the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
The Commodores racing to the line in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down. It's complete to the right. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Looking to pass. It's Pavia.
Oh, he's going to be sacked.
And the defense gets to the quarterback. The idea was to sell that play fake. Nobody was buying it.
You're right, Reese. That D-line, they looked like they had their ears pinned back, and they were coming after the quarterback. You saw dudes rush upfield.
What do the Conference USA divisions look like again?
For which one?
Conference USA.
Yeah, for Conference USA, their divisions are in the East. It is going to be UAB, Liberty, Marshall, James Madison, Old Dominion, Charlotte, and Kennesaw. In the West, Middle Tennessee, Southern Miss, Texas State, UTSA, Western Kentucky, Sam Houston, and Stephen F. Austin.
All right.
And the Commodores will
Vandy's going to have to punt here.
First time today we've seen a punter go to work. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. He'll keep it himself.
Keeper for first down.
And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third.
As the third quarter comes to a close, FIU
Quarter and FIU.
is cruising 17-7.
Quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or
FIU is 9-3, correct?
look at the stats.
FIU.
Scoreboard on their side, but
One
so
vote.
too is
Yep,
time
they're
as we
9-3.
open the fourth.
So they're looking for the first ever 10-win season here.
He'll do it himself. Tackle is made after the first down.
And how nice is it to have a guy that can say, I'm just going to go get the first down. Like, I know I have options. I can do X, Y, and Z, but I'm just going to let me run it, go get the first down, and give myself an extra set of downs.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw.
On play action, that's not going anywhere.
Pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Another sack for Vanderbilt.
He tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with the sack.
First down sack pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Looking for a man. It's Jenkins. Got it set up on the outside. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
He'll take it on the return. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Fires to the
Gonna
right.
throw it again. First down. After FIU's drive stalls, this keeps Vandy in the game.
Too late to keep him from getting the first down.
Well, that last play is a beautiful start to this drive. You've got some work to do here. You've got some mountain you've still got to climb if you're going to win this game. A couple minutes left. You've got the horses to get you there, but it's all about getting the drive started with a positive play, and they found that on that last one.
To the air on first down.
Airing it up there. Oh, would have been the catch of the week, but it's dropped.
That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest the deepest, widest the widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the
Gonna run it himself and slides.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Do you want to know any other division so far, or?
I don't need any more refreshers for now, but
In college football all of the
Right.
time, and they could use one here.
Still not out of the impossibility. They just need to score
Commodores getting
quickly.
set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Pavia.
uh-oh,
Working the middle of the field.
we lost the signal there.
Tackled immediately after the catch.
I think the aliens are back.
Just as we were about to finish up here.
Curse you, aliens!
The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw.
Has all day. Can't find anyone up, and he'll heave it up there. Caught by the 10. Timeout, Vandy.
Right side. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. They've got him wobbling after that big play now to pay it off on 1st and 10 from inside the 15.
Has another wide open throw.
Good throw and catch.
Gain of 6.
The 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Gonna air it up there, incomplete.
And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
Third and 4. They need a miracle to stay in this game.
Here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Pavia.
To the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt.
And he's got it.
And that's one step of the way there.
Hold on a second.
They need the onside kick.
In fact, they're suddenly feeling much better.
You want me to take any order?
If we had any chance to make this happen,
Just get in the onside, I think.
a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need.
Alright.
Get it
Oh, no. Come on.
and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Ready to try the point after. 79 yards on the drive.
All right, time to
Just
start
over 30
mashing.
seconds to play. They'll line up for the onside kick, and they've got to get it to have a shot. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team. Hey, that's a live ball.
Bam.
And
Let's see what
Vandy
they
will
can do.
recover the onside kick. Is overtime in the cards.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes
Let's
that
see.
Commodore offense. And they only need a field goal, and they have to manage the time wisely here.
Gonna air it over the middle.
Be smart with your timeout situation. No way to
Timeout.
attack Jesse on the field right now.
Yeah, generally you want to attack with your best player. So get them in matchups that you like and get those guys the football.
He'll come out throwing on first down.
He's gonna have to run it.
On the run,
Timeout.
slide to avoid the big hit. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. Defense
FIU tries to ice the kicker.
stops with 17 seconds left.
Anything but automatic.
Rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try.
Kick is on the way.
Right down the
And it's
middle.
good.
Guys,
We might have overtime in the cards.
all tied up.
And this kicker has ice water in his veins. Fourth quarter, you need to make the field goal to tie it up, and that kid just drilled it.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. Here's the handoff.
They'll try running it.
That's what you
And they'll
expect
let the
from a
clock
team.
run. I think they're gonna
Give them
count on their chances in overtime.
tackle there. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And here we go.
Right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just two possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating two-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
Vandy will get us started first. Gonna air it. There's a pick, but a flag.
Game's over. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the
It's an offensive penalty. It's not gonna matter.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The offense set for a first down.
And FIU's gonna come on the field with the momentum on their side.
He'll run it out of the shotgun. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Didn't get much
Up
on
next,
first
we have
down,
our capper,
second
the
and 9.
LA Bowl between Cal and New Mexico State. They'll just push it forward. Get this field goal as close as it can be. Third and 5. They're just going to keep pressing forward. And they'll bring the kicker on the field. It's not automatic. Vandy will use that timeout. Though this game will be over if this goes through the uprights. Kick is up.
It's
Kick
up.
is on the way. Good
It's
night,
good.
Bristol. And in overtime, FIU will secure its first ever 10-win season. And next up, we have one more game.
$19.20. All right.
One more game. Cal, New Mexico State.
Yep.
And I already had a vision of what what Cal's going to be wearing. Let's
see. Yeah.
New Mexico State, I'm thinking going all crimson, all maroon. I think it is crimson. Yeah.
Do they have crimson pan?
Crimson, crimson, crimson.
All right, then. Well,
They do have all crimson.
Yeah.
Let's look at the helmets, see what.
yeah. This
the
one. White. White 2.
They have the
white
sun.
helmet. Crimson script. This one. This one. This one. This one.
Let's go with Old Faithful. Let's go with the old crimson Aggie.
All crimson Aggie.
Meanwhile, Cal. They have a yellow helmet. Multiple, I believe.
Yep, this one and this one.
Yeah, let's get the regular gold. Let's give him gold pants.
Make sure. Yep, just gold pants.
Do they have gold socks? They do. No, they don't.
I'll just put this just for now.
All right. Yeah, Cal, New Mexico State, ready for the lights. Los Aggies in Los Angeles.
Oh, because it's LA. I get it. Good to go.
I'm ready. Our capper tonight on the 2KU takes us to Los Angeles, California for California's own LA Bowl. From SoFi Stadium, Cal out of the Pac-12. Bowl eligible once again, and they face another West Coast BCS buster. This time, the reigning BCS champs, the Wax New Mexico State, in their final season before Mountain West membership.
Taking on a team from the ACC, the California Golden Bears. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse.
The Aggies in all crimson, Cal wearing gold, blue, gold.
Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game.
And this game's underway.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 20.
I don't know what the cowbells are for.
So California's offense will get the first swing of the
Who's got the cowbells? Is it Aggies or Golden Bears?
I think it's the Aggies.
someone, but Cal's got it.
You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. Defense dialed up the pressure, but the offense had a better play call. They ran it away from the blitz, and that's why they were able to be successful.
They'll run it from the gun.
They hand it off for a first down.
After he gets enough to move the sticks.
And the bear.
Oski approves. This is going to be a very different Pac-12 next season that Cal will be entering. Let's take a look at this Cal team, Danny.
Yeah. For Cal this season, they first started 0-3 in the season, losing to Tulane, Florida State, and Washington. After that, they went sort of okay-ish. They beat Nevada, Washington State, and had 2 back-to-back losses to Oregon and Utah. And then they had some good wins. They beat UCLA, beat San Diego State, beat Oregon State. They then did lose to SMU, but they bounced back by winning the Smash Trombone.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend.
Meanwhile,
What was that last game?
He's a matchup problem because he's too big for
Yep.
DBs to cover.
What was that last game?
Fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you
The
his
Smash
athleticism.
Trombone.
Getting some heat.
I believe we call that the big game. Stanford.
Measure it to first down.
Yeah, but the Smash Trombone. Meanwhile, New Mexico State, they handled a pretty good season. They first started out the season 3-1 with a neutral site win against Northern Illinois, beating FIU, beating UTRGV, losing to New Mexico, their
They
in-state
moved the
rivals.
tight end all over.
Next up, they went 2-2, beating Long Beach and St. Vincent, and then they losing to North Texas and eventual conference runner-up La Tech. That game basically determined the division. Then they beat Tarleton, beat Southern Utah, lost to Stephen of Austin, and then lost to Utah.
Mexico State had been in a conference with UTEP for the longest time. They are split this season, but they'll reunite when the Aggies join the Mountain West next year.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him in the game.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43.
2KU, this team is famous back in 2023. Last year, they went to the Fiesta Bowl with a big comeback win over Baylor.
Downplay turned into a disaster.
Well, one of the reasons this offense likes the option game with the quarterback
As Cal's drive stalls, we'll see more of New Mexico State in that high-flying offense
any of it you saw the contain on the play.
that made them such a dangerous squad for years.
Corral him for a huge loss.
And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. The Aggies offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get a back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
The quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different, man. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover people, too.
Normally you say that's
There's a
weakness
flag.
of the running back.
A false start penalty.
I win, but this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
The officials offered the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They bring him down.
Handoff, not much to get.
On that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw.
On the option, on a little screenplay there,
But not before he takes
about a
chunk of
yard,
what they
or
need to move the sticks.
about a little bit, 3rd and 9.
This offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more now.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From
Hey.
the gun,
3rd and 9. They keep talking about being lathered up.
now improvise.
He's gonna run it. Oh, he's got a lot of room. First down.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
So frustrating as a defense because you got the offensive 3rd down. You're in a situation.
The Pac still has divisions, right?
Somebody just makes a
Yep.
play, but you let the
Well,
quarterback
pods, divisions.
They have pods, but they're still part of divisions.
Because he slides to protect himself.
You can make them divisions, yeah.
it in. It's complete.
It's 2nd and 12 here.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on
Pod
that.
going in a similar situation as the Big 12 for pods.
Talk about those pods since Cal is here.
Yeah. First, there is the Golden State pod. That consists of the 4 main California schools: Cal, Berkeley, USC, Stanford, and UCLA. Next
Over
up,
the middle.
you got the Mountain pod: Boise State, Colorado State, Utah, and Utah State. In the Northwest pod, you got Oregon, Oregon State, Washington, Washington State. And finally, in the Southern pod, you got Arizona, Arizona State, Fresno, and San Diego State.
Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. And the Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down.
There's another flag on the play. If they got the first down,
It's out of bounds, but there is
it's
a
on
flag
Cal.
on the field. Let's see what this one's about.
A roughing the passer penalty. They'll accept that.
So the offense accepts
Get some extra yardage. 1st and goal from the 8.
a new set of downs. He's looking to throw.
To the end zone.
Makes the
Oh, he got over the line, but after a huge hit, touchdown Aggies. Watch this again. Tries rounding the corner, and he tries diving for it, but he's slammed down.
on to attempt the try. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looks like he's going to try to return.
Let's switch the divisions up. Let's put the Cals together with the... We'll go in east-west instead of a north-south.
Okay.
So it's the Northwest and the Golden State together.
Hard running there.
Yeah.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Yep, that'll
What a
definitely
weapon
work.
these wide receiver screens.
Just then you'll have 2 California schools out of the bunch, but yeah,
You get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide
close
receiver
enough.
screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens.
Keeper, whoa, look at this.
Got room at the 35. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it
I
out
already
to
sort of
the
know the
39-yard
opponents
line.
Cal could be playing
There's an example of
in
the
their
offense
new
taking
pod
advantage
system.
of all the attention the defense is giving this
All right.
outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're
Just
expecting him to
that
get the
real
football. So the
quick.
quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
Single load.
To the air, it's Mendoza.
Mendoza! Incomplete. No, he did get in bounds.
Out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. They might have the defense's head
Like, let's say, for example, Cal, for example, they would play against all 3 teams in their pods: USC, Stanford, and UCLA. And they'll play against Utah, Boise State, Fresno State, Arizona, Oregon, and Washington.
All
The
right.
other remaining teams. Still remaining at 9 conference games.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
The Golden Bears want to move quickly. Looking to pass on second down. Makes the catch.
zone coverage. The quarterback knows that's going to be a tight window. He's got to rifle that ball into his wide receiver. He does just that, and as a result, they pick up the first
Yeah,
down.
good lord, that SEC East.
23 on 1st and 10.
Yep.
Gives it to the back on the draw. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Another flag. A holding penalty. Cal has been brutalized by flags today.
Holding penalties. The
That'll make it a 1st and 20.
We'll see if it costs this offense here. He's looking to pass.
Backing up, backing up. He'll just run it.
To get it himself.
And he's got the...
Defenders get it.
He's got it down to a 2nd and 1 by himself.
I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to throw. It's Mendoza.
That's a 1st down.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
That's tough for the defense. The tight end's just so big and physical, and it's hard to drag him down. He only needed a few yards to get that 1st down. Defense will have to do a better job next time.
And the Golden Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse.
He's backing up. He'll throw it out of bounds.
Incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time.
Caught.
Throw it to the back.
Down to the 4.
And he'll
3rd and
stay
2.
out of bounds after a very productive play. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the 1st without scoring. Back to the
On 3rd and 2. It's a touchdown, Cal.
It's Matthews. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Cal! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different
Just
players.
standing up. No doubt about it. It's a touchdown.
Very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
Getting set for the point after. Bangs it through for an extra point. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The New Mexico State offense returns to the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass.
That's a 1st down.
It's McGowan.
Timeout, Aggies.
The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. Did a nice job on it.
On 1st and 10. He'll air it. Incomplete.
Incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
2nd down after that incompletion. He's looking to throw. Fires to the
Over the middle. Look at that.
In the middle, it's Johnson.
Pushing his way to the 40.
Found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And I really like when offenses attack over the middle of the field. Between the linebackers and the safeties, there's usually a soft area that you can usually have some success. And a really nice job by this offense taking advantage of those areas.
And MSU with 2 timeouts in a minute to put it in the end zone.
They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He's looking to throw it.
He's going to run out of time. He'll just throw it out of bounds.
And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air.
Rifles to the sideline.
And
Pushed out of bounds again. 3rd and 2.
Nice pickup on that one.
And I love working the slot receivers. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
Ball at the 31. 3rd and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. Looking to throw for it.
Gonna air it again over the middle. 1st down. Timeout Aggies.
Calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands.
Pressure's coming with time. Tackler misses.
They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down.
With the clock ticking, New Mexico State still has a timeout.
Clock's running and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down. He's looking
They'll try one more time.
He
Dropped.
can't find his man and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletion,
They might have one more chance.
better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
And it's 3rd down. But
Taking
And they won't risk it.
try the field goal and try to get points before the break.
Kick is up. And good.
And with that, they've taken the lead.
What is the,
So they get
what does the SoCon look like?
right before the half and not much
SoCon,
time after this
are we
kickoff
going
today.
divisions or are we going no divisions? 'Cause
I'm assuming no divisions, but what does it look like?
10, let's see what he gets.
That'll be the end of the first half. New Mexico State will have a lead, 10-7.
Priority
I
one,
believe it's no divisions as well, but if there were going to be divisions,
We don't need divisions. I just need to know who's in it.
we played 2
Uh,
quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our
Yeah.
halftime update.
that would be the be BMI, Old Dominion, Washington Lee,
Old Dominion's not
William and
there.
Mary. No, yeah. BMI, Washington Lee, William and Mary, Richmond, Chattanooga, the Citadel, Western Carolina, Furman, Davidson, and Wofford.
All right. Southland, what does that look like?
The Southland, it's gonna have Northwestern State, Texas Arlington, Incarnate Word, Nichols, McNeese, Sela, Lamar, Houston Christian, Abilene Christian, and East Texas A&M.
How much is that?
That is, I believe it's gonna be 10 teams.
Okay.
Coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Aggies offense will have another go at it.
Let me just double check.
Keep it on the ground to open the 3rd. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2
Yeah.
Come on, open up Discord scores. Yep.
Because Central Arkansas just left for,
And same thing with West Texas and Harvard and Simmons.
yeah.
after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Fires on the move. He's got it. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore.
You have a full slider that called Discord scores.
Yeah, but I can't open it right now.
Not sure that
Ah.
route was supposed to be sure that he got the first down.
Looking for a crease. It's McGowan. At the 45 on his way. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
And run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
They'll throw it on first down.
Throw it. Has a man open. Down to the inside the 15 to the 12.
On that completion before the defense brings him down.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
New Mexico State to the line after picking up the first down. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the grab. So
He's going to be just short of the end zone. It'll be first and goal.
It'll be first and goal for this offense. This is why you recruit dudes, right? Quarterback distributes, get the ball in the hands of playmakers, and let him do his thing.
That dude makes quarterback look good. I mean, you get it to him in space, and watch. He'll break the tackles. He'll make those plays, but nice job getting...
They'll hand it off. That's a touchdown, Aggies.
Touchdown, New Mexico State. Up and over Yamo be there into the end zone.
And you don't want to leave your feet very often in football, but this is one of those areas where you do. In the end zone, near the goal line, you smell it. A lot of bodies in front of you. Just get up, get over top of them, get that touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
The kick is up, and it's good.
It's up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5.
So that makes it a 17-7 game in favor of the Aggies.
Get him on the ground at the 20. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. Quarterback on the keeper.
Consider himself for a gain of 4.
But they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24.
Well, not much the defense could do there. The defensive end crashed down, thinking the running back had it, but nice job of the ball handling there by the QB.
Just trying to avoid negative plays, continue to put stress on the defense. That's what he does there.
And that's a play this guy can run in his sleep, too. They rep this over and over and over. It's like clockwork for this guy.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this group, Dan, if I were allowed to have to push a pass when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge.
On 3rd and 5. Oh, look at that room all day to the 40.
Make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give him a first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
And the Golden Bears will hustle to the line. From the gun, the ground game.
This is certainly a game.
Nice.
Truly.
solid form tackle from this sophomore.
So this is the last game. We can let this play out.
Up 2 yards on that last
Yep.
when they need 8 on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Mendoza.
Broken up.
Right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play.
Trying to get the receiver on a drag route, work him through all the
setting up the screen.
All right, throwing, caught.
Past the line to gain.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Comes out throwing on first down.
North Tex. Sorry, I was reading something. On 1st and 10s. Excuse me.
Out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
What happened out in Denton?
What did happen out in Denton?
I don't know. You said something about North Texas.
That's the end of the quarter. New Mexico
I just had them on screen.
They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters.
At the end of 3, New Mexico State leads 17-7.
One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. The Golden Bears will snap it on 1st and 10. Throws to the wide.
Dumping it, it's picked off!
Ball is picked off. And they'll close in on him after
A big play for the Aggies.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's pretty close.
the New Mexico State offense returns to the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw.
Gonna throw it. Uh-oh, he's got blockers. Past the 30 for a first down.
A big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. The give to the back.
Stuffed.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
That defense is about getting off the football. And when that defensive line can be disruptive and get in the backfield right away and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays, it can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job by the defense being hyperactive.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He'll keep it
Gonna
himself.
run it himself.
Able to pick his way
Gonna set up
forward
a 3rd and 7.
before the defense gets him down.
You know, as a quarterback, when you're doing this zone read play, you got to read that defensive end. And if he crashes down hard inside to take the running back away, right away you know now you're keeping the football. Nice job by the quarterback.
They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. They'll
Scramble.
keep the clock moving.
To make it a 4th and 5.
Not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
So here we are on
And with about 3 minutes to go, we'll just try a field goal here.
the pressure in the world.
A makeable one. Kick is on the way.
And the kicker
And
delivers
good.
three to salvage.
Make it a 20-7 game.
Now the lead is even bigger.
And Danny, remind me who's in the American next season.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not
Danny?
a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They're going to throw it
1st
to
and
start
10.
the drive. Makes the catch. It's Anderson.
Gain of 8.
Make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the 1st down.
And in this situation, late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
And the Golden Bears moving quickly to the line. Looking downfield, it's Mendoza.
Dropped.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll try to pick up the first through
There
the
you go.
air. A strike
To the
downfield.
midfield point.
They'll get the first
Remind me who's in the American.
49.
And even though
The American, there's Austin P.
bring them back, but they need him now to play
For our next season, by the way.
Colgate.
this level of football.
Yep. Austin
Saw a
P,
nice
Colgate,
completion on that last
Delaware,
third down.
Eastern
Let's see if he
Kentucky,
can
Holy
keep it
Cross, North
We hit
Alabama,
the 2-minute warning in this
Rhode
offense
Island,
is desperate to
UGF,
make
St.
something
John's, and
happen and do
UMass.
it in a hurry.
So 10.
It'll be a first
Yep.
down from
All
the
right.
49-yard line. Looking to throw it again.
He'll throw it as he's hit. Incomplete.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw.
On 2nd and 10, he'll throw it as he's hit.
That pass is
Incomplete
hit.
again.
They might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long.
3rd down and 10 has a man over the middle of the field past the 20. Timeout, Cal. It's a 2-score game in favor of the Aggies.
The Golden Bears have it with a 1st and 10.
So scoring on this drive is a must.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Gets it out.
Wrapped up.
And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Back to pass, it's Mendoza.
Looking on 2nd and 9. Jump ball broken up.
Complete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to
It's 3rd and 9. He'll throw it.
left. He
First down to the 2.
They'll get him
You're just
stopped
short.
short of the end zone.
Oski approves.
Business here with a first down. The offense will quickly use a timeout. After another clutch 3rd down conversion, it's 1st and goal.
On 1st and goal, he'll throw it out of bounds.
Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw.
Looking over the end zone. On 2nd and goal, he'll throw it. Touchdown, Cal!
For a touchdown, so hold on just a minute. We might have a finish here.
And listen, still a ways to go. But great job by this offense getting you back.
And they're within 7.
We got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big.
With 58 seconds, it's likely they go for the onside.
They'll try to tack one more on their score.
Crucial point after.
And with the extra
Good.
point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss.
And now,
Time is of the essence.
what will likely be the final
Go as they line
breath for
up
Cal.
onside kick. They were
It's
ready
picked up by the
and
Aggies,
executed perfectly, and they secured
and that should do it.
And this is why you put your
What a campaign in their WAC history. It'll come to a close tonight. The Aggies are LA Bowl champs and have completed what might be the most successful era in their program history. Getting ready for a new one. 20-14, the final score. New Mexico State taking home a title belt. All right.
Yep.
Let's take a quick moment to savor the slate for today, December 27th. Mexico State gets this win here.
Bowl games. Be ready.
Coming up next. Tomorrow we start with the Liberty Bowl as USF and Rice face off. Rice, the number 17 team in the country, getting a USF Bulls team who was a UCF win away from a Big East title appearance. Staying with the Big East, West Virginia out of the Big East South takes on Iowa State at 7-5. The Little Caesars Pizza Bowl sees the best two teams for the MAC and Missouri Valley facing off in Detroit, Northern Illinois, and Southern Illinois. And that day wraps with the Emerald Bowl, as TCU, in their first and only season in the Pac-12, hopes to cap off this small era with a win against the Dave Show Truckers, who are also at 6-6. That game in San Francisco, and that will be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We will check in with you tomorrow. So long from the